I had posted a video doing a Target dollar section shop with me, and I talked about booing, and a lot of you didn't know what that was. So I thought, what a better way to explain what booing is by creating a video all about booing. So in today's video, I'm gonna explain what it is, how to do it, and maybe even try it myself. Hey you guys, this is Christina from the Purple Alphabet. We are talking about booing. So boo, as in like scary, ing. It's a verb, right? Well, we've made it a verb. I have to be honest, I have never actually done booing before. In fact, I've never been booed. So this is an experiment all in itself. So I wanted to walk you through the steps and the process, tell you a little bit about what it is so that maybe you can do it if you like to as well. In order to do that, I thought I'd take you along with me along my first booing journey, and you can see what it's all about. All right, we're gonna do this video a little bit differently than I normally do, and kind of like a vlog style. I don't know, we'll see if it works, because I wanted to take you on this experience with me as I do my very first booing. So as part of this experiment, I wanted to get some feedback from you guys. So I have my phone here. I'm going to set up a question or a poll over on Instagram to see how many of you guys actually know what booing is, and also, do any of you guys actually do it? So the first question I have, because I was thinking about making a video about booing, is do you know what booing is? Because I'm just curious how many people actually do this or know what it is. So do you know what booing is my first question. The second question is, do you boo in your neighborhood? And then if you tell me that, then I would also like to know if you do boo in your neighborhood or have you been booed, then what do you like to put inside your booing item? So you can answer that in the little pop-up things that I'll put on the screen. Some of you guys said anything but candy, which I think is probably a really smart idea considering that they'll get a lot of candy on Halloween. Craft. I like to personalize it for friends that I'm giving it to. That was from Kindercrafty, one of the longtime Purple Alphabet friends. Hi. And I think that's a great idea, especially if you know kids in your neighborhood, that you can say, okay, well, this house has a girl whose ages 6 and 8, and there's a boy that's 10, and then you can kind of adapt the little gift that you give for a boo in your booing kit to that age or their personalities. Maybe they like Paw Patrol or something like that. Another great suggestion, anything Halloween themed, like pencils and those kind of little trinkets that you get at the store when you're doing like a Halloween themed party. I've gotten a lot of advice from you guys, so thank you so much for that. It's been extremely helpful. I want to make sure my first booing experience is the best that it possibly can be, because I guess I'm just setting the precedent for my neighborhood. So I'm going to go to Pinterest and look up some ideas real quick. What I'm going to do is look up booing ideas. And so on Pinterest, there are a lot of different kinds of things that you will find that people have already done when they have booed in their neighborhood. And it's really going to get your mind going on all the different kinds of ideas you can do. I was actually kind of floored by all the different ideas, how intricate some of them were, and how simple some of them were too. So you could start there to get some inspiration. Now, I haven't really explained what booing is from the get-go. So if you do go to Pinterest and check it out, you'll get a really good idea. But essentially what booing is, it's taking a treat of some sort, kind of like a present, and leaving it on the doorstep of someone in your neighborhood anonymously, kind of like a ring and run. Inside your little treat bag, basket, box, whatever you're giving them, it'll have instructions on how to boo. And it will also have some papers and printables that you will keep and put on your door to say that you've already been booed, and more instructions to send to the next person. So the next person who gets your boo, they're supposed to boo someone in their neighborhood too, and then that person boos someone else in the neighborhood, and so on and so forth. That essentially is what booing is. It's kind of fun, it's kind of anonymous, the kids love it, it's always nice to get something on your doorstep. What's also great on Pinterest is you can find some free printables if you need some help in getting started. So I'm gonna look up booing free printables, because that seems to be the best thing to do to see what pops up. And as you can see, there are a lot of ideas and free printables that you can print out so that you can add it to your booing package. You can pick on any of these, whichever one looks good, or you can even make your own. I'm probably gonna print one that's a simple black and white to save color on my ink and my printer, so I don't spend too much money on that, or you can use some pre-made ones from the store. So I think I found a printable I'm gonna use. I'm gonna go ahead and print that out, and then I need to head over to the stores because I have some shopping to do. First stop for me was Target, only because I know they already have a booing section, so I wanted to check that out and take a closer look. I showed you in my little Target dollar section haul that it does exist, and I found it. We have the booing supplies all right here, done for you if you want it to be super duper easy. It's not exactly the cheapest option, but I wanted to let you know that they do have the option. So you're gonna find a whole bunch of kind of vessels to take all your treats in. So lots of bags and lots of different kinds of boxes. They even have pre-printed booing cards that you could put inside. I think that's pretty cool because they look really, really nice, but they aren't exactly cheap. So keep that in mind. They also have the boxes. These come 2 to a pack, which is perfect because you're supposed to boo twice, and they say you've been boobed on them. And then they also have these little containers that you can fill with all sorts of different treats or candies, or maybe something they can have to decorate their house. So lots of different options there. But I definitely think it's kind of neat that there are sections that this is done for you. So if you need something in a pinch, it's all right there, ready to go. Also, don't be afraid to kind of look around and see the other options, like a pumpkin carving kit, or maybe a stencil kit that they could use for their pumpkins, or paint for their pumpkins. Even the baking section has some really fun options that you can put inside your little booing gift. Also, the buckets. You can find different kinds of buckets in other parts of the store too, like these dollar ones. I headed over to Michael's to kind of get an idea of what they had over there, and they had a lot of home decor stuff. So if you want to get something for the parent of the household, this might be a good option. Lots of cute things. But of course, they have their typical craft kits, which I think are perfect for this too. Just kind of depending on how many children there are, but you have a lot of different options. One of my favorites were these paint kits that you can paint a pumpkin because the paint actually comes in the kit. Some of the ones at Target didn't have the paint involved, and I thought these were really fabulous. They also had that party favor section. You know, the kind that you do for that Halloween party at school, and they have all kinds of trinkets, like these little slime coffins with spiders in them. I thought that was pretty interesting, and especially kind of on trend because a lot of kids love those sensory slime kind of things. But if you look around, lots of different options such as necklaces and jewelry and light up things that they can take trick-or-treating with them. And then I wanted to point out a couple of the crafts that they did have because these go on sale now, but they also go on deep discount at the end of Halloween season. So if you buy this year, you will be well stocked up for next year, and you will have gotten everything at a very low discounted price. Keep that in mind, but they do have a lot of fun things. Over at Walmart, I wanted to see what they had. Lots of costumes at Walmart, like aisles of costumes. And then I found a whole bunch of baking items. So I think definitely Walmart takes the cake for the baking items because look how adorable all these things are. And they had some really fun kind of, I don't know, comical things with the severed fingers and the axes. So I don't know, kind of a little spooky there if you wanted to really get into it. But I do have to mention that Walmart kind of beat out everybody else on the adult items. So here are some flasks. There's some puns on them, you know, and they had a whole bunch of trinkets that you can gift for Halloween, but I don't know who really gifts for Halloween other than booing. So these would be perfect for those adults if you wanted to add a little adult item into it. They did have a little bit of trinkets, but nothing really worth mentioning, and maybe it's just my store that I went to, but I didn't really see too much to show you. Here is the letter that I picked out to use, and I'm going to put the link to this one down below in the description box too. It was 100% free, but you can print out any of them that you would like. It's totally up to you. There are tons on Pinterest. I chose this one because there wasn't a lot of color on it, and I didn't want to, you know, waste a whole bunch of printer ink. But it comes in 2 pages. So the first page says, "You've been booed," and there's this little poem on here that has the instructions. And so it tells you that you've been booed and to keep passing on the treats by selecting 2 more houses to do and creating a package to send to those houses. And then it says to print out these, make copies, or it gives a web address of where to go print out more of them. So this is the one that kind of explains what it is in case you have a neighbor that doesn't know. And then the second page says "We've been booed." And this is the one, it tells you what to do too. This is the one that goes on your door to tell people that you've already been booed, so that way you don't get booed again, because that's just the worst if you keep getting booed over and over and over again and some other house might be left out. So you get both of these, and I'm going to put both of them into my booing package. I chose the bucket from Target to do my booing activities, and just because they were really inexpensive. My goal was to make this affordable and to not spend a whole bunch of money, but to have big impact. And this one is kind of a nicer one than the ones at Dollar Tree, and it's really sturdy. So you guys, they could actually use this to go trick-or-treating in, or maybe they're gonna put their candy to hand out. Anyway, just thinking multi-purpose here, but I chose the actual pumpkin bucket. They were $1 at Target, if I didn't say that already. And then I picked the Funfetti cupcakes just because I thought it might be fun to do a little baking activity with their kids. So I love that it's themed. This came from Target too, and it actually fits in here. And then I also got the icing, of course, right? You can't have Funfetti cupcakes without the Funfetti icing. So I have the icing, and it has a whole bunch of fun sprinkles already on top. I did go for the candy. I'm sure some mom out there is gonna be very, very upset at me when I deliver this. I got the Trolls, the Sour Bright. There's bats, cats, and rats in here, so I thought it was very thematic. These are $1. It's not a lot. It's like just kind of a nice size portion. These are $1 at the Target booing section. That's where I found that. And then I got the candy corn. On Instagram, I asked you guys if you like candy corn. Either you love it or you don't, right? So either they're gonna eat it or they're gonna pass it off to the next person that they boo. Either way, it was $1. I'm gonna put that in there too. And then lastly, I have 2 craft items. I have a pumpkin melty beads kit. These came from Michael's. They're $1.50 each, but I had a coupon or there was a sale or something that made them like $1.50 for both, or $2 for both. They were affordable. And then this one is the sun catchers kit, and it's got the sun catcher in there and the paint and the little paintbrush. They could do little craft activities. So I'm gonna pack this all up inside my bucket and head out the door. Okay guys, got my bucket. It's all set, ready to go. I would highly recommend doing this at nighttime though. And I'm gonna do one bucket. I'm gonna do the other one with my kids later on, but I wanted to take you with me to show you how it goes. So I got it ready. I know which neighbor house I'm going to, and I'm actually nervous because people have Ring doorbells now, or video cameras at their doorbells. So in order to prevent that, I have something, a mask. So I'm gonna put on my mask and head over and see how this goes. Can you recognize me? Made it back home. I don't think I was caught, but you know, it's just some good fun to kind of hide my identity so they don't know who it was. Anyway, that was really fun. Can't wait to do the other one with the kids. And you know what? Follow me on Instagram and I'll show you what happened, like if they got it or if we got booed, and I'll do an Instagram story about that. So that's how you boo, what booing is, and things you can do. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's something that you would like to do with your family? Let me know your thoughts down below. And make sure to click subscribe to see more videos like this and give me a thumbs up to show your love.